want to grow up to be edifying. I just watched Mortal Engines! I know, it doesn't come out till Friday, but I got a Mesco date. Whoop whoop! Welcome back to another movie review. I obviously have fallen in love with Anna Fang. The actress, Ji-hae Kim, she's awesome. We're obviously going to be engaged. I don't know if she knows this yet. I'll break the news to her and her mom that we're obviously going to get married. But Mortal Engines, I was actually very excited to see this movie with Mesco. I love my Mesco dates. Mesco loves taking a bite out of the apple, and I love you guys. I truly do love you guys so much, and I appreciate the support that you guys are always giving us. We do appreciate the collectibles that you guys have. We love telling people about them as well. So now let's get to Mortal Engines. Now, Mortal Engines is actually a book, and I will come straight out and tell you, yeah, I didn't read it. I didn't know anything about this beautiful, wonderful book, and I'm just so upset. Like, where was this lost in my collection? But yeah, so for those who don't know anything about Mortal Engines, let me just quickly give you, I'm not gonna lie, hold on. Because I'd be lying like if I memorize it, because I don't. Mortal Engines is a post-apocalyptic adventure film directed by Christian Rivers, screenplay by Fran Walsh, Philippa Boyens, I apologize, and Peter Jackson, based on a novel of the same name by Philip Reeve. Now, this book is pretty awesome. Just 4 books, by the way. Give it a plot. Come on, Wikipedia. I know, I'm such a typical, like, millennial thing, but just work with me here. Okay, following a cataclysmic, what? Oh, yeah. Following a cataclysmic conflict known as the 60-Minute War. I'm pretty sure a lot of us know about those. The remnants of humanity regroup and form mobile predator cities. I mean, cities that eat other cities. Like, nothing's changed, basically. It's just cities on the move. Imagine if moving was so easy. But under a philosophy known as municipal Darwinism, larger cities hunt and absorb smaller settlements and the Great Hunting Ground, which includes Great Britain. Somehow I'm not surprised, but let's not. I'm not throwing. I love my British people. I love your tea. I love everything. I'm just saying. I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys gave me Lily Allen. Really happy about her and a couple other people. And you guys have some hot people over there. You do, and some great music. But anyway, I'm gonna go get off topic. In opposition to the municipal Darwinism, and anti-traction leave have developed an alternative civilization consisting of static settlements in Asia. So Great Britain is on basically a conquistador. In Asia, everyone can just like chill and just like share stuff. That's basically what this plot is saying. The Anti-Traction League's lands are protected by the Shield Wall. They call it the Shield Wall, but we all know it's the Great Wall. Like, I'm just putting it out there. Which is defended by powerful guns and a fleet of airships. I'm pretty sure Sin is behind us, and he's from Final Fantasy if you haven't caught up. Which is defended, what is it, airships, okay, relics of modern technology such as toasters, computers, and iPhones. Oh my god, someone from the future in this terrible cataclysmic, destined, like, apocalyptic craziness, they're gonna find my iPhone, they're gonna find videos like this. I'm so excited. iPhones are valued as old tech. The city of London pursues and captures a small mining town called Salzaken? I'm so butchering this. Nerds, back off. I'm reading this for the first time, and I didn't even read the book, but I watched the movie anyway. Absorbing its population and resources under our orders of Lord Mayor Magnus Chrome, that's a terrible name. A masked woman named Hester Shaw, she was pretty cool, has embedded herself among the Shalzakians, seeking to assassinate Thaddeus Valentine. Which is weird because Valentine's Day is all about a day of like all kinds of like, you know, craziness and you know, so to like want to assassinate a Valentine just seemed like it made sense. But yeah, so I guess blah blah, while this plot goes really, I can't read all of Wikipedia, but let's just cut to the chase, huh? Spoiler alert! Ah! Okay, so the movie. As an avid book reader, so my review is not going to be the same as everyone else because I actually did not read the book. what's important is the fact that as an avid book reader, especially of like science fiction and 1,000 other things that I love reading, I could tell where they were sort of like cutting off where there's like a heavy backstory. So just for those who may not have seen the movie, or you're not going to see the movie yet, maybe you haven't decided, there will be spoilers because I talk too much. This is probably the only time that I talk too much, and I'm going to give you that moment there, because if you see me in public, I'll probably be very quiet, I'll bow at you, and then just walk away. The characters I thought was kind of interesting. So what I can say about the film is the film, after watching it, made me very curious to go seek out all 4 books. It made me want to read more and find out exactly more about Thaddeus Valentine. I wanted to know more about his daughters. I wanted to know more about Anna Fang, because her character is obviously my favorite. Like, after the movie, I was straight up like on Instagram and Twitter and on iTunes looking up music and stuff from Jihei. I'm sorry, I feel like this is the moment to tell you that I love you, and we can move in together whenever you're ready. I have to say, for character development, it doesn't have in-depth character development, because I can tell that there's like really putting together a lot of stuff from the book. And even though I haven't read the book, I can tell, like I said, like as an avid reader, where they're sort of chopping things up. Now, even though they didn't go into character development, I did comprehend the characters' relationships very easily, which I thought was pretty good, because I've seen where they've taken books and they try to make it into into a film, and they chop it up in the wrong areas where you don't comprehend. It's so difficult to fathom the relationships between the characters, but not in this film. So I thought that was kind of cool how they did that. You understood, like, you know, the romantic gestures just between the actors. So all the actors, just so you guys know, you guys did a great job. It was very understood, like, who had the hots for who. And I don't just mean just the main characters. Now, Hester Shaw. Now, she's this chick where, unfortunately, her mom was killed. And we all know the rules. You kill the mom, the kid comes after you. I just don't understand. Like, no one seems to learn this lesson. It's, like, mad simple. Like, you killed my father! You killed my mother! Ah! I'm sorry, I had to put Bruce Lee in there, but anyway. But yeah, no, it's that's basically what she's out there to do, and I can't even blame her for it. She is pissed off. So I like the character Hester Shaw. I thought she was fun, but I wish they would have dove like deeper into it, because I feel like Mortal Engines could have had the opportunity to be like 2 movies, in case if they weren't, like, I guess, confident of the fan base. But if they felt confident of the fan base, I would have been happy just to see 3 films, just so I can feel like I'm really absorbed into that entire culture of the book. So one of the other things that I also enjoyed about it was obviously Anna Fang. I'm trying to dress like her. Jihei, I love you. No, seriously, she's awesome. She's a musician, a composer. She does like, she's a philanthropist as well, very much like myself. So obviously she's my spirit animal. And like, so one of the things that I did appreciate was the fact that regardless of the characters' relationships, they didn't just throw like romance in the middle of it for no reason. So one of the issues that I do have a lot of times with book being translated into movies is that sometimes they feel like the romance is the biggest part in order to define the relationship. But honestly, relationships are defined by the things that you go through. So realistically looking, if I meet someone today, like for example, I have a very quirky guy. Mom, calm down. He's really funny. I like talking to him, but if me and him went onto an adventure just because I just met him, in a sense, it would make sense that we would sort of like start to depend on each other, but not because we're in love, but because of the fact that we're around each other, or we're stuck in a very similar situation, or our paths are very similar to each other. And from there, you can find the relation. And that I thought was kind of cool, because I understood very quickly what Hester's problem was, as well as Tom. They had a dark past, you know, their parents died young. You find out what happened to Hester's parents, and then you see Thaddeus, I mean, homeboy, like, what happened? Like, you were just in a bad mood. You were like, oh yeah, it was so crazy. She said you killed someone, and you were like, off the bridge. Like, you were, yo, that was quick. Like, Thaddeus is no joke. By the way, just a shout out to my quick buddy Dan. He totally looks like you. But Dan's a good guy. Guys, calm down. It's okay. Dan's a good guy. But anyways, Thaddeus's character and then Tom's character is the reason why Tom gets to relate to Hester, because Thaddeus just throws him, like, you know, the railing goes like weak and he just like knocks out the railing and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry that you had to hear that I murdered someone. Done. It was just like, holy crap, like, you didn't even like attempt to cover up. You were all like, yeah, so I'm glad I said, you what? You heard what now? Damn, it's good to be a gangster. Like that. It was like that. It was real quick, and you were like, I felt bad for Tom, and I was like, man, you just opened up your mouth at the wrong time. Like, I feel so sorry for you. So after hearing what happened to Hester's mom, you know, her mother was murdered, you start to question, Tom, buddy, I don't think your mom or dad died of natural causes. It seems this guy is very big on killing archaeologists. Like, he's never made being an archaeologist so cool outside of Lara Croft. I'm just putting it out there. Like, you know, the last time you heard of an archaeologist being killed is because they opened up a tomb. Like, that's really about it. But this guy just made it cool. Like, these guys got some stuff that I want, and they gotta be gone. The other thing that I did like the fact that they stayed focused on action. Now, some pieces seem fast-paced for a second, which I won't lie, but I think it's because they were trying to fit either 4 books, since I haven't read the books, I don't know. I'm not sure they tried to fit 2 books or too much of one book into the film. But yeah, there was like these moments where it was just too fast-paced, and I was just kind of like, okay, I've caught up, but it didn't make it feel fast-paced where I was like, what is this? Why is there a sex scene? What happened? You know, people can see you. I'm trying to be cool, and he's really like messing up the vibe. Anyways, but yeah, so the film I thought was fun for that. I thought the cinematography was not like drop dead gorgeous in the sense of when you're looking at like the DC universe. It kind of had like that MCU kind of feel to it when it came in regards to like the graphics. Not that I'm putting down that MCU you know, world of like graphics, but there's a very distinct look in comparison to how the DC movies look compared to the MCU movies. And with the DC movies, it almost feels like you can put on a pair of 3D glasses and really feel like you were there. And it's weird. With MCU, I can recognize the graphics, but I still feel immersed into the culture. So that's how I felt like while I was watching the film. I felt I was very immersed into it. Like, okay, like I'm here, but it didn't seem so like, oh my god, what is this? Like, none of that was happening. So the other thing that I liked is favorite characters. Obviously, Anna Fang. She's my favorite. Talk about woman empowerment. Ji-hye, you did a great job. Not that Hester, the actress Hera. By the way, your mom named you Hera? You've got to be like the coolest kid on the planet. Like, imagine, I can't even picture someone bullying you because they'd be like, I am the goddess of the underworld. Would you back off? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Mom, we have to have some talks. So I just might change my name. I keep finding people with cooler names, and you gave me 5, and yet none of them were as cool as Hera. I'm just throwing it out there. But I have to say, like, Anna Fang to me came off as this very strong female empowerment character, and I was amazed. Let me explain to you her introduction when she walked in. So Hester and Tom, let me explain. Tom is an idiot. They're out in the Badlands. I'm probably saying Badlands, and I know I'm getting things wrong, but work with me here, okay? So they're out there running around like it's Fall Out Boy by themselves. Yes, I referenced the video game. Work with me. So they're out there by themselves, and Tom's like, "Hey, over here! I need some help! Yeah, I'm British. I'm London. Help me! Yee! People are nice." Even though we're not, because we're just conquering and eating up cities. You know, and he attracts the attention of scavengers. And any RPG gamer would be like, dude, what are you doing? You don't want that kind of attention. So they end up sort of like being taken in. They think they're being saved, but they're not really being saved. And they end up being for an auction. And as a young female for being auctioned, you know, she's worth a lot of money. Because that scene is messed up. When you see that they're doing the auction and you see this old lady, he's like, I have an antique. She's great. She's this. And you realize how effed up that is. Not only is it like buying a human, it brings you back one to slavery, and don't you dare say something about my color. But it brings you back to slavery, and then it brings you to the concept that he's selling an old woman as an antique. And as a female, you're like, what? Like that hits you hard, and you're like, whoa. So you know, by her being young, you're like, psst, run, go. So Anna Fang, she shows up and she's like, yeah, 50 quills, what's up? And she's like mad confident. Now, what I love about Anna Fang is that from the beginning of the movie, you see that she's considered the enemy of London, right? She's like a terrorist of some sort. So when you see her photo, she's wearing red. She's got cool shades on, right? Her hair, she's got this cool mohawk. I didn't do the mohawk for the video. I've been trying to support a new look because I like my mohawks. But she's obviously dressed a certain way, and you're like, that is how I will identify the terrorist. And she shows up dressed in her gear, like, what's up, guys? What's up, Anna Fang? How you doing? Like, she's not even shy about it whatsoever. And that's what I loved. I was like, yo, she's mad ballsy. Yo, who are you? Can I get your name, your number? What's up? I'm not gay, but we can obviously just bend away somehow with you. Like, your character's awesome. So what ends up happening is she just sort of like walks with the guy, because the guy realizes who she is because she's dressed in full character on who she is. And she's just sort of, he starts like sort of playing the game of like, well, you're actually worth 50,000 quill. Instead of you getting the girl, I could just use your head as bounty and just sell ya. That'll work for me. And she's like, she just calmly, let me explain to you, this is exactly what happens. He starts talking smack, she just sort of comes up, and he's like, yeah, no, I'll come up to the stage like, you want, boy? Blows his head off like nothing happened. I was like, oh my god, that is my spirit animal. I love you. Did you just blow his head off for talking smack? Yo! What's your number, boo? Like, I love that fact that that was her introduction. So I thought that was pretty cool. The other character that I thought was pretty cool, and I apologize, I'm probably messing it up, is the robot. And pardon me, because I'm a child of the 80s. I was like, this is the update that Arnold Schwarzenegger has been waiting for. That android-looking thing, you guys gotta get on the iPhones. Those things will come back and kill you in the future, and you're out. I saw it in the film. I'm sorry, I'm being serious. Like, so this android thing with human memories, I don't know what it was. I think they called him a striker. I think he was called a shank. I don't know what it is, but I know he was an android with very angry green eyes of envy. That creature, there's so much depth in there, and that's one of the pieces that they take out of the film that I could tell as a reader is actually in the book. The relationship when you find out that she was actually raised by this random creature is sort of like mind-blowing a bit for you, because you're just sort of like, because all you see of the creature is like, I must kill, and you're like, wow, Terminator's not having a good day. Like, he obviously traveled too far into the future and just missed his gig. Like, that's exactly what it looks like. And what's amazing about it is that, like, by the time she quote-unquote defeats him, is only because he realizes she's fallen in love. And he's basically like a parent who doesn't know how to let go of their child and let them live their life. Like, so okay, mom, like, I'm totally ready. I'm gonna go live my life. You will not leave the house. Like, that's exactly basically what this android is. He's like a parent that doesn't know how to let go. And it amazed me that the fact that the only reason why this android creature thing stopped chasing after her was the fact because she found love. So it's like, the android had a more humanistic aspect to him than most humans do, where it's like, you're feeling so much pain and hurt, and the only way I know how to remove it is obviously to temporarily kill you. And then put your body inside of a machine, and then you'll never feel anything again except happiness, because you'll just be empty and dead inside. It's like they made me. I'm sorry, that went too far, right? But the point is, like, you know, that's what the creature wanted to do, and you don't find this out until much later. And she was cool with it until she realized Thaddeus was in the neighborhood. She's like, yeah, no, I totally become a dead machine. I will be dead inside Thaddeus' neighborhood. Yo, he owes me. Like, it was real quick. So I thought it was kind of cool. And I want to learn more about that relationship, which is one of the reasons why I will be purchasing the book. Well, actually all 4 books, because I want to know more about this relationship between her and the android, and how he raised her. They sort of show those scenes quickly, so you comprehend what's happening. You fathom the situation, but I want to know more. So I can compliment the movie for that, that if you weren't into the film, you definitely become more intrigued afterwards. And the fact that he stops because he realizes, in a sense, she finds the happiness that he was trying to erase from her because she found love. Isn't that so sweet? Too bad it doesn't exist. Now, y'all were like, wow, that got dark quickly. It's just my skin color. But the other thing that I do appreciate about the film, like I said, is no unnecessary love scenes, no unnecessary sex scenes that didn't make any sense. Because I know a lot of times when they do those book translations, it's like, oh my God, I love you, let's do it. And it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. You're like, what happened? Why is everyone having sex? Is there an orgy? Was I not invited? What happened? It gets really strange and really weird. Now, the other things that I wanted to learn more about in regards to after I get the book is finding out a little bit more about Thaddeus Valentine, especially when you find out that, spoiler alert, I'm about to reveal something. Hester is his daughter. That's probably one of the coolest Star Wars thing that they sort of threw in there without doing the Star Wars. I like the way how they executed it very nicely. It was kind of like, you know, like, you killed my mother! And he's like, come on, babe. Like, you're kind of just like me. Very ambitious. Don't let things get in your way. I know you kind of have like an idea, like in the back of your brain, you're like, that's probably my daddy, but you're not thinking about it. Me, huh? Like, it's very obvious the way he does it, but they don't say it, and it's just more or less like, especially because his other daughter is like this whole other hot chick, and you're just like, wow, I didn't see this coming. So you just cut the other daughter's face open, and then the other one you were nice to. What happened to her mom? Hold on, I got questions. So I want to know more about that. I want to know more about the guy who protected him when Anna Fang finally gets there, and she's like, I got him. And then like the other guy's like, no, I'll protect you. I'll take a bullet. Which I don't know why. I apologize if I look like I'm looking to a different side of the camera. Just deal with it. It only happens when I open my eyes. The disadvantages of being chinky. I want to know more about that character. I also want to know what happens to the scientist when Hester finally gets this code, you know, the Medusa code, which is very interesting, that the code to stop this machine had USA written on it. And I'm like, wow, in the movie they say we're really angry people. To stop this Medusa machine, she finally uploads it, and then I also know that this big, crazy scientist who was like backing Thaddeus this whole time just disappears, and I kind of just want to know, like, did it happen where she realized like shit was going down and she was like, it ain't just me. When you see it, trust me, you'll get it. But let's see, what else about the film? I think the actors did a great job, especially establishing the relationships between each other. There were a lot of characters that were introduced or at least showcased to be like really, really important, but I didn't get the chance to get to know them. So I can compliment you guys for the next following things. One, like I said, not throwing in ridiculous romance or sex scenes that didn't make any sense, especially if you weren't a reader of the book. The other thing is you established their relationships. It wasn't deep, but it was enough for me to comprehend the situation. 3, you stuck to the action. Oh my God. Anna Fang, oh, when she was fighting Thaddeus, she didn't just like, okay, first of all, she's the female heroine of this story. I'm sorry, besides Hester, but she was kicking ass, man. She was phenomenal, right? So she's fighting up a storm, and she doesn't die in a way that they normally show female fighters in these films. So what normally happens in a female fighter film is that she's like Xena the whole time. Like she's doing the whole 9 yards, and then normally in films what'll happen is like some man or the big villain, you know, like Thanos, when the heroes just easily give in to them for no reason, suddenly they're like, I can't do it anymore. I give in. And it's annoying. It's so annoying as a female because I'm like, hold on. For like the last 75% of this film or show, you've been kicking butt, and suddenly the villain is so badass that you can't defeat him. When I see that, to prove to me that the villain is truly a badass, I want to see an epic fight. I want to see things flying, things set on fire. I want to see a phenomenal, beautiful fight sequence. And the only reason why Anna is having trouble is because she's watching. Not because she's not skilled. She is watching what is going on with Hester, so Hester can upload the crash program into Medusa to stop the nuclear war that Thaddeus is trying to start with Asia. Because obviously when the apocalypse happens, all that will be left is Britain and Asia. Guys, get your plane tickets. So like, it's, for me, it was so important to see that character still able to kick ass and still be like, ah! Okay, cool, you can hit me right now. I'll take the hit right now. She's, oh, haha. Okay, got you, bitch. Like, even when he throws her off of the railing, right, and she catches herself, she takes the time to be like, I'm hanging, I'm about to die. Oh, you still haven't got the program in? Like, what are you doing? The numbers are on the screen. Like, how are you? Oh, boo, hold on one second. And then she just pulls herself up. Like, by the way, it's not done. Thaddeus stabs her, and she's still like, he's like, you need to let go. He's trying to do like his villain thing, like, I have won, I am victorious. And she's all like, yeah, no, I'm cool. Like, I may be bleeding and stuff, but like, I'm good. Hester, you finished yet? Like, it is amazing. When it comes to strong females and on the screen, I was so excited. I was like, yo, this is our next Wonder Woman. She better be in like Wonder Woman 2. I'm so excited. I love seeing strong females on the screen, especially a woman who's small, who can take on her enemy. Because the thing about it is that all females, I don't care who you are, or if the girl who's watching this is like a little self-conscious on what she can do, we can whip their ass. I just want you guys to know that. Like, the mascara is real. You don't believe me, check out Lady Sensei, my interview with her. She's slowly building it, even though she may not realize she's building the mascara, but that's basically what she's doing. So her character, Anna Fang, I think probably hit me the most just because she's a petite woman. She's kicking butt. I mean, her introduction, she blows some guy's head off who got smart with her. Ladies, don't act like there's that one fella you wouldn't have been like, what did you say? Like, don't lie, because then if you're gonna be like, oh, I wouldn't do that. The movie was a lot of fun. I do feel like there are a lot of gaps, but I think it's only because maybe because I like reading these kind of books and I want to learn more, and I like to learn more about the relationships, the characters. I did want to know what happened to Tom's friend, the one that was helping Valentina, Thaddeus Valentine's daughter, the blonde. I wonder what happened to his friend. I felt really bad for Lord Mayor because he was all like, how dare you go against my word? And they were like, homeboy, you by yourself, like, you should have probably came in with some knights, at least one. No, but I'm serious. I think the film's a lot of fun. I'm not sure. I think as a book fan, if you've read all 4 books and you're kind of like, man, this is a great book, I love the series, I feel like it's gonna be like any other book series where you may not be completely happy, but I do think you could be at least 75% happy that they may have focused on what should be important events. Now I'm just taking a guess, just because from what it looked like to me, they focused on the important characters, the important events, even if whether the characters had major moments, whether it was the guy who saved Thaddeus Valentine's life, you know, when Anna Fang shot the gun. I understood who was important, what events were important. So I do have to say that the film, I think, translated that correctly, but it may not be 100%. So I think if you're like a book fan, you're like, man, in page 75, this is what happens. Hester said this, and then Tom was like, it may not translate the way that you wanted to, but I think for a first-time film, it does okay with focusing on a way to get the new audience to join in on what you guys are in. As someone who is new to the film and new to the book series, it does intrigue your curiosity. It makes you really curious, like, what happened? I need to know. I want to know, why is Thaddeus like this? Like, dude, what happened in your childhood that was so bad that you're willing to sacrifice an entire city to ram into a wall? Okay, like, I mean, you can't get more, like, the ends justify the means. You can't get more Marxist than that. Like, come on now. Like, come on. Like, I am willing to kill everyone and everything just as long as I get this wall down. Like, is there a hot girl over there? Like, what is going on? Like, I think the movie is fun. I think you can enjoy it. I think it's worth gonna go check it out, especially if you're like a movie buff. And if you're a movie buff who's read the book, I think this is definitely something you'd have a field day doing a review on. Yes, I'm scratching. Mind your business. I don't care if it's on YouTube or TV, whatever. But definitely I think you should go check out the film, because I think it's a lot of fun. And I definitely think when you walk out of there, it makes you view things differently. Especially when you're looking at things from like a political aspect, and you're like looking at the things that just happened, unfortunately, recently in France. I think like 3 people got shot in like a Christmas market. And then you see the things that are happening here in America, where people are just kind of like walking into stores and minding their business, or people are just trying to, like, you know, play golf on a golf course and still get arrested, you know, like things like that. There's a lot of things happening, and not just America, but in all the countries. So it's interesting to watch this and sort of feel like there's probably a little bit more political say, if you will, in the book than may have been intended to, but I think it's kind of cool. Definitely, like, applause to those who wrote the screenplay, who did the translation. But I would have appreciated the book being in as maybe at least 2 movies, just because I feel like there's so much rich culture in there. But I will give you guys compliments on being able to get me to read that book. I have already bought the 4 books, and I'm actually having them mailed. So I'm sorry, did I spin y'all? I'm sorry. It was all excitement. I'm all wet for excitement about this book. But yeah, I definitely think it's something interesting. If you're not too sure of the film, or you're not really into sci-fi, then I don't think the film is actually really for you. If you're diehard, like, just look the book, it's not for you. But I do think it is decent for like a casual moviegoer who just wants to watch like a simple action flick that doesn't, like, you know, bask too much in the romance. But yeah, it's an okay film, but it's not terrible, and it's not like wow kind of great. I think it's entertaining. That's what I could definitely tell you. And if you don't watch it on the movies, I think you should definitely check it out on Netflix. Again, applause to the actors. You guys did such a great job. Tom, my God, you are so pretty. I looked up your pictures on Google. You're a very pretty man. You really are. Hester, you are awesome. You made having a scar on your face look really hot. I don't even know how. Like, now I feel like just cutting up my face. No, I'm kidding. Mom, come now, sit down. Don't you dare call me. Jihei, boo, I saw you follow me on Twitter, so like I'm mad excited. And like, y'all think I'm playing. I went, as soon as I saw her. Jihei is awesome. She's a philanthropist. She's got music up. I downloaded like 6 of her songs. I'm like over here listening, because she's obviously a siren and she's a goddess, and she's obviously not human, and that would make sense why she's so cool. But yeah, applause to everyone, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the film. Let me know what you think of the review. If you are a fan of the book and you know stuff about the book, please do tell me what you think. Please don't let my review stop you from going to see the film. I want you to go see the film. I want you to enjoy it. I think it's worth it. I think it's a lot of fun. But yes, thank you so much for my Mexico date. And I will see you guys next time. And be sure to please follow and listen to the next following message. Whoop whoop! Hi, thank you all for like watching my rant and my review, whatever. So I'm doing a contest. Oh my god, another one! I'm doing a contest for Krampus. That's right, the German kind of Santa. If you were naughty, you don't just get to go on his naughty list, okay? There's a whole lot of things that go very wrong with you. So children, you were warned. I'll just toss this aside. I'm not. I paid good money for these. Hold on. You can actually win this contemporary art of Krampus. I'm running the contest. So now, just so you understand how the contest works, on Clipkick, my buddies from Clipkick. That's right, the app that I keep promoting, and I'm not promoting it because they sponsor me. I'm promoting it because it's actually useful. It's an app that allows you to save your favorite videos, like mine, in one easy location. If you're like, there's this weird Blacknese looking girl on YouTube, and she runs her mouth too much, she's kind of annoying and obnoxious sounding, but she claims in real life she's quiet, you can save those videos in the Clipkick app and then send it to your friends so they can all agree. Clipkick allows you to save all of your favorite videos, whatever, online, as well as podcasts, in one convenient location without killing your phone's memory. So if you want to win this contemporary Krampus, that's right, our lovely, sexy, unhappy Santa, if you want to win this book, which by the way is selling on eBay for like over $100, people have gotten this book. The book is no longer out in the sense that you can be like, I'm gonna get it for Amazon for $10. It's not gonna happen. This is a very good collector's edition, and I want you guys to win it. So for those who are big fans of Krampus, what I want you to do is download the app. But when you download the app, make sure you use the hashtag Bitten Krampus. That's really what you're gonna use, Bitten Krampus. That's gonna be our hashtag. And in exactly 1 month, although I should end it right before Christmas time, but I want to give people enough time to actually enter the contest, you can win this book, and I will mail it to you. And if you want like an autographed photo of me and my team, we will send it to you, as well as sign it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Make sure you click that button down there to subscribe, because there's a bell thingy, and if you don't click the subscribe button and the bell thingy, Krampus will be coming for you for Christmas, and I'm just putting the idea out there. Make sure you guys check us out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and good night, and Merry Christmas. Whoop whoop! I think everyone should know that Ralph is actually editing his video, so congrats. Yeah, I didn't do anything except talk in front of the camera. I know, imagine, my only skill just running my mouth. It's so great. Thanks, Ralph! There's nowhere for me to go. I'm just standing.